Okay, welcome to Lab 17. This is going to be more of some miscellaneous SAN type tasks. We're going to be unmounting and deleting both our VMware data stores and our NFS data stores. So what I've already done was I'm already logged into vCenter and I'm already looking at my hosts. So what I want to do is I actually want to browse to my data store. Actually, I'm going to power off my E7 32-bit VM. All right, so while that's powering it off, I actually want to go to ESXi1. I want to look at my data stores. I actually want to browse data store iSCSI. I want to make a copy of that VMX file. Actually, I want to download it. So what I want to do is copy to. All right, that's really weird because it should actually give me, oh, that's because it does not have the client integration plugin. So if you don't have the plugin, go ahead and install it. So we need to close Chrome to install it. So go ahead and install it. I'm going to go ahead and close out of the standalone converter. We don't need that anymore. The installation shouldn't take very, very long. All right, there it goes. Log back into vCenter. You'll notice here, you're going to get a new request. So we actually want to do when you do that, you'll notice we now actually have the ability to use Windows Session Authentication. And that's what I'm going to start doing. That allows us to pass the credentials from when we logged in directly through the web interface. All right, so we're logged in. We've now completed the single sign-on portion, so we can now integrate our credentials. So when we log into VC, we can actually use the same credentials or that same token to log into vCenter. So I went ahead and log back in, and I want to look at data stores. So we see iSCSI1. I want to explore it. So the nice thing here is you can migrate it. You can play with it. We have more options now. You should be able to move or copy. If you actually browse the folder itself, you should be able to download. Download will allow you to save it to the PC. So that's one way of migration. That's one way of moving files. But I mean, this is mainly if the VMs are off. If you actually want to migrate the VM itself without browsing the data store, you can do the same thing. You should be able to migrate, and you can change the data store, the way that it's computing, all of that. For this example, I want to migrate it to a different host. I want to move it to ESXi2. I want to keep the appropriate network. Finish. If the VM was live, it would also let you migrate it because, again, we have VMotion enabled. And here you'll actually see both VMs on one ESXi. I'm going to migrate it back just to keep it all nice and balanced. So when you set up VMotion, this is one of the huge benefits. So what I want to do is I want to try it while it is live. So I'm going to power on my VM. Oh, sometimes the web is always fun. I want to view the console. They're nested VMs, so again, they are a tad bit slow, so do be patient. What I'm going to do is I want to log in. I want to open up a command prompt. And I want to ping Google, but I want to ping it continuously. So you'll see that the transfer is happening. I want to migrate it. I want to migrate it to ESXi1. Because it's powered on, you can actually see different options with the VMotion Priority. We're going to actually leave VMotion Priority High checked, and it will do the migration. You may get disconnected from the console as it copies. Let's go back to our console. And you should see it did not lose anything. It stayed up, it stayed stable, and for the most part, the timing is right. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of it. I want to do the same thing again. -P. I'm going to migrate it again back to ESXi2. I should lose connection to the console as it migrates. I'm going to bring back up the console. And again, you should see that it did not lose any packets. That's been a huge thing, is knowing how to migrate your files to and from different data stores when their VMs are powered on, powered off. That's something that you want to get familiar with because different environments may require you to do different things. I'm going to power back off my ESX, or power back off my VM, but this is actually extremely critical for you to understand is how to do the migrations, both live and powered off. That's actually the end of this lab. I want to thank you.